Hello, Medicare Adventures! Welcome to another adventure. Now, as you start out with Medicare, and you have all these many different options, in fact, they just start popping up here and there, and everywhere. All of a sudden, you're getting mail and things that tell you about this and about that, and don't miss out on these benefits and such. What's important? What is actually workable, and what options do you really have? Well, today we are going to go over those options so that way you have a basic understanding of what you can do to be able to set yourself up and what could be the best setup for you. So let's start out. Again, the very basics. And what we're going to do in starting out is we are going to make the assumption that you are not working right now. Because if you are working, then there's a whole lot of other things that we have to take into account. So let's go with the basic thing that you are not working, you're not producing your own income, so that way we can start with the basic premise that you must have Medicare Part A and also Part B. Okay? Now, with Medicare Part A and B, you can qualify to be able to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan, which is a Part C plan. These three go together. Now you're saying, Chris, wait a second. Earlier this week, you said I don't want to miss out on enrolling in Part D, especially when I'm eligible for it, or I'm going to get a penalty. This is where you want to check on what type of Part C or Medicare Advantage plan that you are enrolling in. There are two types of Medicare Advantage plans. There are those that are without Part D, and then there are those with Part D. You can tell the difference very easily because in the enrollment books, they will have the prescription drug tiers as well as explanation of the prescription drug plan. Those Medicare Advantage plans that do not have that information in what's called their summary of benefits, those will not have prescription drug coverage information in them. In fact, there will be a section in there that will tell you that there is not prescription drug coverage for this particular plan. So, again, you can be eligible to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan if you are enrolled in Part A and Part B. And make sure you're aware if your Medicare Advantage plan has also a Part D to it, or prescription drug coverage. All right, let's take away the shuffle again here. So, and again, one of the main reasons why we want to have something in addition to just Medicare Part A and B is because Medicare does not cover everything that you would need. You also need prescription drug coverage. You also need to fill in some of those gaps that Medicare has, which leads us to MedSups, or Medicare Supplement Plans. These are the ones that you also see many other letters for, like G and N and F. These are all Medicare plans that you can use with a lot of flexibility, kind of what we talked about in a previous segment. But they have a lot of flexibility with them because unlike a Medicare Advantage plan, where you have a certain potential network, whether it be an HMO or a PPO plan, with a MedSup plan, you have the ability to go to any doctor or specialist who is contracted with Medicare. So you have a MedSup plan, but MedSups do not ever have prescription drug coverage with them. So you must always get a standalone Part D plan to go along with your MedSup plan. Okay? Now, I'm going to touch lightly on this particular aspect of Medicare as you're working with your different parts. Some of you say, well, I'm a veteran. I receive my prescriptions from the VA. And you may. And that is wonderful. You do not have to enroll in a Part D plan. You have the option of being able to just use your VA benefits if you choose to. On the other hand, Part B, you would still ideally want to be able to enroll in there. And I'm going to tell you why, and then you can make the decision for yourself whether it's the best thing or not for you. So, as a veteran, you have the opportunity to go to Veteran Affairs hospitals or VA hospitals. And these can generally be wonderful hospitals, although they have had some bad press in the past, like any other hospital as well. But what happens is that if you do not sign up for Part B when you are initially eligible, VA coverage is not considered credible coverage. And remember, when we talked about credible coverage last time, credible coverage means it at least meets the standards what the federal government dictates. So don't ask me why it doesn't, and I'm not exactly sure why. But all I know is that the government does not consider VA benefits to be credible coverage. So I encourage all my veterans, if they ever consider moving or living somewhere where possibly VA benefits are not as robust, you may want to consider making sure that you're hedging your bets and enroll in Part B, as in boy. Whew, these adventures get tough. Make sure you stay hydrated on any adventures you go on. So, with Part B, I encourage my clients, seriously consider enrolling in Part B to ensure you have as many options as possible and you are avoiding potentially costly penalties in the future. All right. So those are all the different parts or combinations that you have. You can have, again, just for a quick review, you can have A, B, C, and D together. Again, the D is not a standalone. The D must be a part of the Part C plan or the Medicare Advantage plan, which is also known as Part C. Okay? Or you can do a Med Sup or medical supplement plan on its own, along with a standalone Part D plan. So those are the two main options that you have overall on things. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been a help to you to get at least the basic idea of the options you have that are most advantageous to you as a client. Please, if you have questions about your particular situation, I would encourage you, give me a call or send me an email or leave a comment below and let me know. Excuse me. The jungles out here in the Medicare are rough at times. Let me know how I can be a blessing to you and help you in your Medicare adventure. I am a certified licensed guide, and I can help you with navigating the many brokers that are in your area. Until next we meet on our adventure, I wish you well, and please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and don't keep me a secret, because a map is one of the worst secrets to ever keep when you're on an adventure with a jungle as thick as Medicare.